What's up, y'all? I'm about to head to the store, but I was walking my dog Solo, and I gotta share this with y'all. So I was talking to the Lord about abortions and the argument to come to terms to end abortion, and God showed me the Declaration of Independence. He brought it back to my remembrance, and I was trying to look for a booklet that my husband, he had this little booklet that his father gave him. It's called the Declaration of Independence, and I actually have it somewhere in my room. But I had to write it down because unfortunately, and I should know it by heart. Good morning. I should know it by heart. But I didn't know this particular saying by heart. Hold on. I got to plug up real quick because it looks like that my phone may go dead. Now, the argument with Roe versus Wade was a woman who said that it's her body and she should do what she wants to do with her body. But no, that is not true. And let me explain it to you why it is not true. And I'm going to read I'm going to read the first part of the Declaration of Independence. Please excuse me if I fall on certain words, but this is what it says. We hold these truths to be self-evident. This is self-evident, y'all. I want y'all to listen to this. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Now, there's a couple of things just in this paragraph that stands out. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are self-evident. Okay? You can see and what is the evidence? That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator, God, with certain unalienable rights. I hope I'm saying that right, you guys. That among these are life. Now, I'm going to stop right there. This is what God showed me. All men came from a womb. All men came from a fetus. Well, we were fetuses. We were embryos, remember? We whatever scientists like to call it, we all came from there. You don't just become a man all of a sudden because you became a man. You were in your mother's womb. You were in your mother's womb. And women who sit up here and say, it's my body, y'all, every last one of us came from out of a woman's womb, out of a woman's body. And all of us had equal rights to life. Therefore, anyone, and I'm going to tell you something else too, and oh my gosh, I really wish I had the Constitution in front of me, because right after this, it says bottom line that if anyone tries to overrule it or become an evil power, an evil government, that we the people need to replace it to make sure that this is protected. Life from conception is protected. All of us are created equal. Every man is created equal. Under man is women and children. We all become men, and we all became men from conception, from life. No one can, that's what our Constitution says. So someone who says, well, it's my body, it's not your body. It's not your body. When you have two heartbeats, they're no longer one person. There's two people now. And just like a man comes from his mother, every man has come from his mother. Therefore, the Constitution says life. Life starts from conception. The doctor, a scientist can call it a fetus, can call it an embryo, can call it whatever you want. It's a human. It's man. Man didn't just come on this earth with two big feet, legs, and head, and just started working. Every man was a baby. Every man evolved from a baby. Every man came from the stomach of not the stomach, but the womb of a woman. We would not have life We would not have life. And I'm going to tell you something too. It took a man to create a baby as well. The mother never created that baby on her own. So for that woman to get up there and say that it's her body, it's not your body. The baby, because what you're doing is you're not killing your body, you're killing the baby's body. And I think they tried to use it before, but it says self-evidence. The self-evidence is that you came from your mother. The self-evidence is that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator, our creator, God. Our pennies, our dollars, hold on. Our dollars says, in God we trust. In God we trust. Don't tell me that we ought not to act like that we don't have a creator here. Our Constitution, our very fundamentals of freedoms, of liberty to pursue life, liberty and justice for all, and pursuit of happiness. You cannot take away life. You cannot take away life out of the Constitution and say, well, we'll give it over to the mother to say whether or not. All men come from the body of a woman. All men come from the womb out of a woman. But keep in mind that that woman never created that man on her own. It was always another man. It was always a man who was involved in that. And to sit up here and say that it's my body and it's my right, it goes against the Constitution of America. It goes against life. That among these things, and it says unalienable, I hope I'm saying it correctly, rights, that among all things are life. Life was the first thing they said. Life was the first thing they said. So when you try to destroy life, you are going against our Constitution. You're going against our Constitution. So God showed me that. So that, in a nutshell, should have shut down abortions in America, because it goes against our Constitution. Every man can know that you came from a woman's uterus or her womb. You came out of your mother. You. We all came out of our mother's womb. You cannot argue that. So when a woman says, it's my womb, it's my right, and I'm the only one. No, it is not. It is not. You are no longer. This is a body, in the body, and because by nature, women, we carry babies. And it says that all men are created equal, and it starts from life. When does life start, y'all? When you are born. From conception. Who will argue that? That's what the Constitution says. With life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With life, liberty. It does not say we pick life. It does not say we choose life. It does not say that we will give liberty to those who have not been aborted. It says all men. Who are all men? It's all of us. All of us, and all of us at one point in time were a fetus. All of us at one point in time was an embryo. All of us at one point in time was a newborn baby. So when it says all men are created equal, all men started from that start of life, and that was conception. God showed me that. Our Declaration of Independence, it was meant that life, genocide, that we cannot destroy, what all men have been created equal with. And the first thing they said was life. So a woman to sit up here and say, this is my body and I can choose a birth control, which is a form of murdering life. It is going against our Constitution. It is going against our way of life here. I don't know, y'all. I'm just one person. I'm just one person, but I will say this, is that before I go in on something, the only question I ask is, can I win? I'm just one person, but I know I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. And I'm going to keep praying about it, because I don't know, when these attorneys went up before, when they went up before the higher court, what argument were you using when it clearly says life? Who says that life does not, who says that life starts at birth? Because the Constitution did not say birth, it said life. When a woman so selfishly says that the baby that's inside of her womb was created by herself, that a man had nothing to do with this, our Constitution already covers that baby that's born on this land, that is conceived on this land, that is already within life, within your body on this land. And if you don't want to abide by our Constitution and our rights, then get your tail on a boat and roll out. But those who try to destroy the Constitution, they try to destroy life. Our government says to overthrow them, that the people shall establish what is right under the Declaration. If someone says, well, that doesn't have, you living, ain't you? You living, ain't you? It goes against our Constitution. I can truly, honestly say, I don't know if I already knew life, liberty, and pursuit. They said pursuit of happiness. I knew, but I don't think I was paying attention then. So how do you say, well, I just feel like the baby's not yours. Yes, that's your child, but you have no right. The only right you have is to carry out the life. You have no right to kill the life. Because when you kill something, it no longer has life. But the Constitution says life. And we are self-evident. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me read it again. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Good morning. We are self-evident. All of you are self-evident. That all of you got life from the day of conception. From the day of conception, all of you have life. All of you were born out of your own mother's womb. All of you, this wasn't your mama, it was your dad too. Whether or not you know him. Self-evident. You are the evidence. That all men are created equal. All men are created equal. We are created. That we are created. I'm going to say it one more time, because I want to say it one more time. All men are created. All men are created equal. So how is it that an unborn child, how is it that you can murder a baby and say that it's equal? It's not equal. That they are endowed by their Creator. With certain unalienable, I don't know if I'm saying it right, unalienable rights. That amongst these are life. That amongst these are life. That amongst these are life. For those of you who don't comprehend it, that amongst these are right. Why do we have Roe versus Wade? For amongst these are life. Why do we have abortion clinics? Amongst these are life. That amongst these are life. Why do we have doctors that are killing people? That amongst these are life. They are protected under the Constitution. Under the Constitution. And the first thing is life, liberty, in pursuit of happiness, because you can't get liberty if you don't have life. You can't pursue happiness if you don't have life. So the babies that lay to the wayside, the babies who have been murdered, the babies who have died by the hands of those who murder against our Constitution. God showed me this. Self-evident. You are the evidence that the reason why you live, breathe, walk, and pursue happiness, the reason why you have liberty, the reason why you pursue happiness, that woman tried to go before the higher court out of her own selfishness and take away life to try to pursue her own happiness, but it was totally against the Constitution. Our Constitution, it protects life. Who says that life only starts when you push a baby out? You who are a man was once a baby. You who are a woman, you were in your mama's womb too. And those who came before us had life, liberty, in the pursuit of happiness. How could this have even gone past? What judge was up there and voted against the Constitution? We hold these truths to be self-evident. Who's self-evident? We are all self-evident that all men are created equal. We all had equal rights from the day of conception. We all had equal rights while we were growing in our mother's wombs. We all had equal rights the day of our birth. So how dare anyone sit up here and say, this is my body? That's not equal rights. You didn't make that baby on your own. A man made that baby too. All men come from their mothers, but their fathers as well. To sit up here and use your body and say this is mine, it debunks, it goes against our Constitution by using a form of murder to say it's birth control. The Constitution did not say that there are certain people with certain rights that will be born on certain times, and others may die at their own mother's hands. The Constitution didn't say that. It said all men. It didn't say some men. It didn't say a third of men. It didn't say those who survive men. It says that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator. Didn't say creators wouldn't ask their creator. Who's our creator? God. We are a country, in God we trust. In God, if you don't like our God, get out. With certain unalienable rights. That among these are life. What do you mean life? Life. But wait a minute, y'all taking away life. You murdering life, but our Constitution says life. Liberty and pursuit of happiness. Roe versus Wade need to be shut down. It is against our Constitution. It is against our Constitution. Every man right now with breath, this is against our life. Every person that's looking at this video, this is a threat to our life. Because you are evident. We are evident We are evident that all men are created equal. But how can all men be created equal when at the beginning from life you are hindering those? You're not even hindering, you're killing those and not allowing them to live. You're not allowing them to, you're not giving them life. You're taking away their life. And you know what else our Constitution says? Any form of bottom line, if any type of government turns evil and go against this, then we as the people have to overthrow it. So that means attorneys who fought for it. That means that judges who sit at the seat and allow this, all of them need to be every last one of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. What do you go to school for if you do not know about our Constitution? Roe versus Wade should have never been informed because it contradicts our very own existence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. You are the evidence that all men are created equal. All men used to be babies. All men come from a woman's womb. And that woman who sat there and said that I'm in charge of this man, she is a liar. Because a man helped created this baby, and it says that they are endowed by their creator, which is God, with certain unalienable rights. That amongst these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I would be dag on you lying. We have an enemy in the United States of America. Our enemy are those who go against the Constitution. Our enemies are those who kill our unborn babies when all of us at one point in time were babies. I hope that those, I'm gonna post the petition that's at the bottom, but it's more than just picking up a picket and marching around the White House. It looks to me like some people need to go before these evil judges. We need to overthrow these judges and put some righteous judges in there, people who are going to protect our Constitution. All of us are self-evident that we all came from our mother's wombs. We were all conceived at one point in time, and life was in our mother's wombs. And for a mother to use her hands to try to rip life away and say, I am not two, I am one. When you go into a doctor's office and you hear the heartbeat of the baby, you know that this is not one person. This is a woman with a child, with a baby. These are two men, that all men are created equal. You were birthed by your own mother because you were protected under the Constitution that all men are created equal. You were evident from life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And for you to try to take someone else's right away. Well, who else's right? The baby's right, you fool. You try to take that away. You did take that away. It goes against our Constitution. No judge would be alive if his mother aborted him. No doctor would be alive. And you're the same doctor who aborted a child, but you wouldn't be alive if you was aborted. You were protected under the Constitution. It goes against our Constitution. And I only got to sit up there and show you baby pictures and embryos. I show a grown man and tell you how long was he a grown man for? He's 60 years old. 60 years ago, what was he doing? He was in his mama's womb. That's what he was doing. Self-evident. You are the evidence. You are the evidence. God showed me that. If one woman can go up if one woman can go before a higher court to cause the death of millions, if not billions of babies, then one woman, one man can go up before the higher court and overturn it.